Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some somewhat concerning news when it comes to the PlayStation 5s. We've actually had a little bit of an intriguing thing I want to go and show you guys and talk about because it actually seems almost somewhat overnight that the PlayStation 5, both disc and digital, have somewhat actually shot up in terms of resale value. Now, we actually made a video on this even a few days ago, and I was like, okay, it's kind of chill, the price is kind of going down, even this might even be the time where if you guys really want to even do YOLO buy one, you guys could. But as we're looking at this stuff, we actually saw it's almost like the stock market. It was had a pretty big downturn, and there's a boom, just a straight up on both the PlayStation 5 disc and digital, and it's also been somewhat correlating as well towards the other, eBays and Facebook. So I want to go talk about this, talk about why it's kind of happening, and as well, hopefully, we'll have a nice, proper, good drop happening in the near future, and kind of get a little bit more stock, a little bit more movement going on with it. So a lot of stuff to go talk about, a lot of things to go bring on up, and as well, if any of you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 disc digital console controller, Twitter and Twitch stream as well, link down below. Sign up for that Webull, sign up for that Coinbase, and let's go and dive on into the video itself and Twitter giveaway down below in case you guys want to try to get a PS5. So, it's never fun to go and see this, but I'm going to be probably just using more maybe the StockX side on this, just to go and, well, I guess be sad. So if you guys missed this, we actually made a video, maybe around unironically 3-4 days ago, maybe on the weekend, where it did kind of seem like the third-party scalping prices were at the all-time low. I'm talking we saw them at $600 flat for reference for the PlayStation 5 disc, and that's probably one of the cheapest prices because even on these third-party websites, there's shipping fees, there's just general fees, transaction fees, etc. Which is why, if you buy a console for $550, and then the price point goes up, and then basically at that point, you're only making $40-$60. And some people are it's not really worth it. Do you really want to wake up at 4 in the morning if you're on West Coast to go for a Target drop or look and see if there's stock? Not really. Do you really want to go and waste all the money and gas and time to go check a Best Buy store? Not really. More so if you're trying to just make profit. And at that point, around the $600 price point, it's pretty much, I don't want to say it's done, but it's getting close at that point, And we saw a lot of consoles. We saw sales at $602, $609, even that type of general price. Very cheap. Let's just say $600 flat. There's a little bit more than that. And we were even looking at a lot of the charts too as well, where we were seeing price points, and you guys were looking at all this stuff, and we were seeing okay, a $630, $631, and it was really low price. It was good. I was actually vibing. I was excited. I was if this kind of goes and finally tickles down to that $600 mark, it's a $598 or $597, that might be just one of those nice, straight downs. We can finally get on with our lives. We can finally stop worrying about bots and kind of go from there. But, as per usual with life and us still perpetually going to be becoming YouTubers, I guess, at this point, the prices astronomically bounced back. So we actually were seeing even this on this over here, just so you guys can know for the reference, but we were seeing it even cheaper. And with this, we are now looking at even more for the PlayStation 5 disc consoles. The last sale, $660. I mean, even in comparison to say just the normal charts the past 2 weeks, they were at $630, and that's just averages and the usual price points or whatever. The bigger thing to note is that we literally saw prices as low as I think 602 was my cheapest. I even literally made the video. You guys can literally go check that video if you guys want to see the price points. And it's almost disappointing just to see because it was it's basically what happened right here. It was at that 600 or 700 and went down to 600. You're oh my God, we could finally almost maybe be free, get our consoles in stock, get everything going on. And then, yeah, it's just disappointing. It's just we're always in those crutches of those third-party prices. We're always in the crutches of the scalpers, always in the crutches of the botters, and it just makes me sad because I was hoping that this would just keep on going down, a chart like this, where it's just and then kind of cover on the 580 mark. I mean, if I could sit on that for a while, normal people getting their consoles and drops and all that, I'm cool with it. We also did go and see even the PlayStation 5 Digital. You guys can see as well, the price point is pretty much the same. At this point, you're basically only paying an extra $10 for the PS5 disc editions, and this is absolutely nutty. This is also, once again, off the same kind of rebound, where even a few months ago, the price was actually cheaper than this. It's actually gone up even higher than that, which is crazy to go and see. Even around the time of holidays, this is literally around the same time as literally Christmas, is around the same price point, give or take. And once again, kind of following that same trend, they were like kind of low. Like $600 is still way too much money for a PS5 Digital. I think we could all collectively agree on that. That's still at this point too much money. But like, you know, like, okay, like you get a little extra money on the third party sellers. I get it. Like they're trying to make a profit. I get it. But like, what is up with this? This is insanity to me. This is insane how it just essentially just went straight on up. And as well, this is also a Gallardo that I had before for the PS5 Digitals, because, you know, I just talked about how the price points kind of had like, they were good before. This is literally the PlayStation 5 Digital just only a few days ago, like from like literally my own like sources myself. It's like not hard to just literally just the same website where highest bid $600, last sale $608. It was just a few days ago. That's like another $50 add on in, and that's a lot, boys. Like that is a lot. Like it's kind of crazy. And I think even as well, the Xbox Series X2 on top of that has also even had a pretty somewhat bigger price point update, which is also once again kind of crazy to go and see. And yeah, it actually did have a little bit more of a higher uptick too as well. So if you guys look and see, we had like even like baseline prices around like $530 or so, you know, kind of pretty easy prices. Last sale, $560. It's crazy to go and see that there's actually like a resurgence and a rebump up when it comes to all of these consoles. So kind of why is this going to happen and what's going on? So at least from everything I can maybe just guess, just based on, I do this for a while, we actually did have some kind of rough news when it came to this stuff. We saw a pretty popular Intel article, you know, basically as Intel, they do a lot of semiconductors and mass productions and internals and chips, productions, everything else. And they actually said that there's going to be still a pretty big semiconductor and pretty big overall shortage for all these internal technologies until maybe at least 2024. Now, I do want to reiterate, though, when it comes to all that stuff, it's always kind of dependent. Like, more of the bigger things we have to worry about is what, like, AMD is trying to go and do, as well as also Sony and Microsoft, because they actually do technically use different chipsets for different types of consoles, and as well, kind of just depends on, like, their own proper contracts. And they have more long-term contracts, too. So they like PlayStation, they're always making them. So a lot of their connections and like their proper like contracts, a little bit more different for someone who maybe needs it for like $1 million, and then they make the stuff and they kind of go from there. But I do think that might be a big reason why the price point actually went up. Because you kind of see like this doom and gloom, and you see people being like, well, do I really need to wait until 2024 just to get a console? If I have to wait 2 years versus maybe spend an extra $20, and then eventually people keep on panic buying $30 and then keep on trying to panic buy even more, $40 and try to go panic buy again, $50, and it's kind of like almost a self-fulfilling prophecy. The more people are incentivized or scared to want to spend money on buying this stuff, the more it keeps on going up, the longer other people have to wait, and I really kind of feel like collectively it's just, if we just had everyone kind of sit and chill, you know, wait a few extra weeks and kind of let the downtrend keep on going down and down and down and down and down, as it was. We literally did see it going down and down and down and down and down. Then I do think a lot of us could pretty much just be out of this actual loop itself. But I do kind of feel like that kind of bad news maybe spooked the market a little bit, because that does actually affect other people too. Like sometimes people see that and they're just like, well, time to go, like, you know, just move on or do whatever. And I would probably say, too, it also does affect a lot that we didn't really have too many proper restocks these past 2 weeks. Like this even today, yesterday, Monday, Tuesday, have all been very quiet. And as well with like the Best Buy and Target's kind of moving more to in-store stuff, it's a little bit more on the weirder side. So I do think that's kind of a big reason. But I do think whenever as well, once we have like a really big influx of another, I'd probably say like a really good PS Direct, because also a lot of these prices got really low just off of that PS Direct. So maybe someone just got those consoles from 2-day shipping or off the Amazon drop for like 2-3 day shipping. And with that, then they had a chance to go and offload it. Maybe just a lot of extra stock that kind of get flooded the market either way. So I really kind of think you give us like a really good, proper, like a Walmart Plus drop. Because at this point, Walmart Plus is getting on the overdue side. And then maybe time in maybe like another preemptive Amazon drop in a few weeks. Tied with a few more Target drops, Best Buy drops in stores, or like a really good, like proper big drop. And I do think the price points could hopefully at some point drop below the $600 mark. As I mentioned, it's kind of like a big number, because at that point, like the profitability is pretty low. People are still making money, or if you sell it for cash, etc. But at the end of the day, like that's like the last mark you need to go and breach. And it kind of stinks that it did go up. Like I'm really kind of sad that all of these price points did go up, because obviously we want our consoles at a normal price. Obviously we want our consoles selling like in stores, you know, in retail and all that. So the fact that the price points actually gone up a lot, especially with kind of bad news and maybe other economic news and shutdowns and everything else throughout the world, as we kind of covered, it's not the funnest news to go and talk about. But At least we are still here to help you guys out with restocks. If we see more stuff, we'll let you guys know 100%. So obviously make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console Controller. Twitter and Twitch room as well, link down below. And sign up for that Weeble, sign up for that Coinbase, and sign up for all the good old various stuff as well. All down below. And just let me know your thoughts and comments as well. And well, hopefully we can actually finally get this third-party reselling stuff all put together. It'd be very nice to go and see that whenever we can. So I appreciate you guys all so much for watching. I have a lot more videos all throughout today, so be on the lookout for it.